All looks good. Settings. Check the mic. Check. Looks good. It all looks good to me. Let's smash it. Hi guys, welcome back to TedRedwood Gaming. I'm Ed, and today is episode 4 of the FC Oss save on Football Manager 2018. I've been releasing a few videos now, so I've got 2 Sonic videos out, and my first Oss video has just come out. I sort of backlogged them a little bit, so bear with me a bit. You might notice my hair changes, not much, stays ginger, stays quite long. My barber, bless him, he thinks he's doing a good thing, he's making me all stylish, great, but he also knows that I have to go back every 3 weeks, and he's charging me 10 quid, and I never carry change, so I end up tipping him like a fiver. He knows what he's doing. I've got to get it shorter next time. But yeah, we are here with FC Oss. Enough about me and my stupid hair. On the manager profile screen, which we're sort of interested in, sort of not. So since we last met, let's cover that quickly. So yes, we last met for the FC Eindhoven game. So we drew 2 there. We then went on this game against NEC, terrible. We went 4-0 down. 4-0 in the first half. And it got to the point where I actually thought we might come back and do something with it. I honestly can't remember. I've got the worst memory of all time. What I changed. I think I just got in their faces a little more. My tactic has been very, as you've probably seen, it's not really committing to anything in particular. So I'm hoping to change that. I need to start getting a bit more hands-on and trying to figure out actually what works. We then drew with De Graafschap, 0-0, boring. We then finally won for the first game in 5 games without a win, then beat MVV at home 2-1. Van Pol's been in good form, and yet again here scores a goal, scores 2 goals. I'm not even looking at the right column. Scores 2 goals, 8.8, perfect. That was the last minute winner as well. And then we lost to Volendam 2-0, just didn't really show up for that one. No one really fancied it, didn't really make anything. Young Utrecht was aggravating, to say the least. We came from behind, so we went 2-1 up. Bakila scored a penalty in the 75th. Let's just show you a goal. But this is Queckel's goal, so Moose just, I was going to say a different word there, whacks it up the pitch. Queckel nods it down. We sort of play around in the middle a bit. This is perfect. Like, out of all the, we've seen a few sort of set piece goals, which I like as well. We just hit it into the box. Someone nods it down, and then normally Van Pol just finishes it off. Squad hasn't changed an awful lot through transfer window. Signed a load of youngsters on amateur contracts, and they're just sitting in the reserves. They're probably not going to come to anything, but they're free, so it doesn't matter. Signed this guy on loan, Ragnar Orat Mangoam. Cover for centre mid and attacking mid. That's it, really. He's nothing too special. We're very much just playing the same sort of way. I'm trying to get the defenders a bit more involved, so now what we're doing is we're actually on control and flexible. We're exploiting the middle, looking for overlap. Much higher defensive line prevents short goal kick distribution, and now I'm actually trying to pay attention to how we're performing on the day very early on and trying to change things if possible. Bakila's struggling a bit with fitness, but I'm going to start him. I'd rather start a vaguely injured player. I see other FMers dropping players when they're on like 90%, and I can't be dealing with that. Yeah, we've let a few lone players go, hence why we've got squad numbers available. Turns out people like to play football. Who would have thought? Even when they are still earning money, sitting there doing nothing. But yeah, 90% for me is good to go for the whole game, to be honest. They're playing 4-3-3. We could move into a playoff position. That's kind of the last few games. I don't know if it's because Fortuna have won one of the periods they get a playoff position, and they're around their area, so I assume they're just showing up because of that. But yeah, I'm feeling vaguely positive. Bakila can come, if he's struggling that badly on 81%, he can come off half time or something like that. I am trying to, so I haven't had a huge amount of feedback apart from a couple of people I know obviously on my videos liking him and commenting on, bless them. Nothing too much from absolute strangers so far. Yeah, don't concede. Clear cut chance inside 30 seconds for him, that's great. But I've noticed I do say a lot, so I'm trying to stop that, obviously. It's not a good thing to do. In addition, looking back and editing the videos is a nightmare because of how long I take on tactics screens and stuff. So I'm trying to talk a little bit quicker so I can get through the games a bit quicker. I don't particularly want to drop to 1 game an episode because I need to practice more than that. I know I'll rush through the seasons that way, potentially. Although I do most of my actual playing offline on my train to work, which is interesting. But we are on the attack here, so Oss to Prak in the middle. Gives it to Fatih Kamachi, who tries to play through Bakila, who doesn't go fast, stands up on the edge and knocks it just wide. So Ostoprak, I'm just going to rename him at some point, and Backboard are now our middle two. Dogan has disappeared onto the bench, very much in line with looking back at the first episode where I've said I might end up going direct. That's what's happened. So PK on the right puts it into the box, no one's there to pick up the header. And for some reason, Van der Sluis, our left back number 12, just didn't fancy getting on the end of that. We are a defender down, and it's really showing at the moment. We've just about managed to clear, but Dordek are coming again on the left-hand side. Bobo, there's so much room for him out on the left, it's ridiculous. And it's a free header. Oh, that is painful. That's real painful. I feel like if we weren't down to 10 men temporarily with the very direct, I'm just going to call him very direct pretty much, with him off the field, that would have gone a bit better. But alas, we have paid the price for him being injured there, which feels a bit unfair. I want to see much better. Bakila is dying, isn't he? I'm going to have to take him off. Right, so Bakila comes off. And Queckle comes on, very popular substitution in these parts. And Direct, what is wrong with you? Potential head injury, not great for a centre-back. So actually this is the first time we've put this pairing together. It's the first time he's come off, so Stirring and Benamar are on. I might end up taking it off control, but I don't really know. Don't know just yet. I feel like we don't have enough hustle about us. I want the long balls, I want the knockdowns, I want them to come to something, and they might be happening. I don't really look too much at the analysis. I base a lot of... Ooh, they've knocked it into the box to put it just wide. I base a lot of my decision making on purely the highlights. I feel as if you get enough information from them. You can, I mean, I do look at more than key sometimes. Sometimes I go extended if I really want to see how we're performing and I'm really struggling, but I feel as if I've got enough from key highlights to see where we're going wrong. I just don't think I have the resources to do much with it at the moment. We have also extended a number of contracts in the last the last week, because most of our players who are professionals are disappearing at the end of the season as it stands. A couple of people I've forced to stay. I think Kamachi's got a new deal and Dogan's got a new deal. We forced Dogan into a new deal as much as he's not really impressing me. This game's not impressing me either. What we're going to do is something like this. Who's playing well? They're both playing pretty bad. So we're going to go for an attacking 4-4-2 with wingers, sort of, because Kamachi's actually going to play as an advanced playmaker on support. And backboard can come off for... Ate's actually done okay when he's come on. I can't make any more subs. Oh, of course we had an injury. Oh boy. I don't know what this is. I could not tell you what this is. It's horrific. I might cut this out. I'm going to potentially cut out most of my tactics because I'm just clicking around and not knowing what I'm doing for the most part. But we are away. Nothing is really happening, which isn't a surprise. No. Standard, you make all your changes and something weird happens. I'm just going to leave it at this stage. What's the point? Okay, so we've got a highlight. It's probably to them looking at this formation. Look at it. There's players all over the shop. Stirring picks up at the back. Plays it back to Moose, who has a lot of time. Gives it short to Benamar, which I like. And we've got a lot of room here in the middle. Kamachi plays into Van Pol in the middle. Knocks it back into Kamachi. There's players out wide. That's not the wide option I'd have chosen, but Van der Sluis puts into the middle and Van Pol gets a header in at the near post. Doesn't quite get it on target. I hope this is our highlight. It looks like we're making a lot. Van den Herrick has all the time in the world in the middle. Van Pol's come very deep to get the ball. Van der Sluis is getting forward again. I like that. puts into middle. Queckle's there. He can't quite get on it. Van Pol, second bite of the cherry, drops it in for Queckle, and Queckle from close range. 10 men with a fairly obscure looking formation. We've got back into it. Do I change things? Van der Sluis is getting a lot of joy down this side. I've never really done asymmetric formations. I'm not saying we found a solution by any stretch of the imagination. This probably just shows that I started the game in the wrong manner more than anything else. But maybe what I was trying to do in the first place with my wing backs was a good idea with the players we have, just I wasn't doing it properly. Is there a final highlight? It says 4 minutes of added time. There was a goal. No, that's it. I thought that'd be it. Sort of disappointed. Well, Mr. Betting Man is happy that his prediction came off. I'm happy with the comeback. Can't moan about that. So, we've got the end of the transfer window. Not that we make any transfers. That has kept us in 15th. And we are still really not far. We're 6 points off of 4th place. Which, if we got there, would guarantee a playoff spot. Ferry Direct is out for 8 to 11 days. I'll send him to the doctor. I don't understand. We've got a club doctor who doesn't have any salary, and Backboard's out for a day. Fine. I'm going to play around with tactics, and if anything else happens in the transfer window, I will let you know. But otherwise, I will see you for the Young As game. So we are back for the Young As game. I'm literally going to keep... Oh, I'll put Ralph Voss in a place I don't want him to be. Don't like having a midfielder that half on the subs bench either. Back to the Young As game, away from home. I'm just going to stick with the same tactics for now. I don't think they were too bad against Dordrecht, and we'll just see how it progresses. I'm probably going to end up doing something crazy again with the fullback. I'm so foolish. Stoy van den Herrik. All these guys who are on the bench. These guys all played in the reserves game. Annoyingly, my new attacking mid, who's 34 years old and is costing me an absolute ton of money, he played in the reserves, so we can't even see him from the bench. Good one, Ed. So, oh, sorry if you heard that in the background as well, my word. Just realised it was probably a bit loud. It was my dishwasher. It might be fine, it might not be. No promises. We're getting into the Young As game. There it is again. I thought it was done, apparently not. Let's just carry on with what we were doing. We've got nothing to lose here. Again, Young As, where are you in the league? I don't check these things before. They're 7th. Oh, this would be a good game to get something from, wouldn't it? They're playing a 4-3-3. We're sticking with a 4-1-2-1-2. Confidence levels aren't high. We're really not doing much with possession. This is where I think using attack kind of works. It sort of works as a weird counter, depending on how your team are playing, as with a corner putting it just over the bar. Because we don't ever really get possession. Well, look at that. There's 5 guys just hanging around in the middle. I'll carry on in a second, because it looks like we know we're not going to get anything. So I'll just talk over their highlight. Because we don't really do much with the ball. Maybe control is not the way to go. We just need to go quick and get it done. So I might change to attack and just see what happens in the second half of the first half. But very direct. Whacks it on for Van Pol down the left. Cross it in, mate. Bakila coming in at the far post, nods it into the bottom corner of the net, and we are 1-0 up away at Young As. And then comes the what do you do with control or attack? Or neither. Or neither. I don't really know how to say that. I think I'd say neither. But I don't know what's right. We are 1-0 up. As with a corner, put it to the edge. We've seen this before in the first episode. Now, there's a bit of pressure on them this time, but not enough. They get a shot away and hit the bar, and we just about clear it at the last, although it looks like it was offside anyway, thankfully. But they have hit the bar. And they've got another attack now, thrown on the left. They put it into the box. Backboard clears. It doesn't go too far, but they're a bit wayward in their possession. They've been forced back. But they are playing into the middle with Till out to... Oh, I'm not even going to try their names, actually. I take it all back. They're passing it around quite nicely on the edge. Keeper, you've got to come for that. Xavier Moose. I really like Xavier Moose. I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of growth in him, although he's only like 22. I've never really... I've not had a huge amount of joy with keepers on previous FMs. I've normally ended up with a nice regen keeper quite early on in a long-term save who's been really good. So I've never had to think about him too much, but they've hit the post from the 18 there. Yeah, I've never had to think about them too much, but Xavier Moose isn't giving me much to think about at the moment. He's got a new deal, actually. He's signed up until the end of... It might even be not next season, but the season after. Lorenzo Piqué, he wants too much money. We can't offer him that, so we're going to have to see how that goes. But I love Lorenzo Piqué. He's really solid. He can provide a lot of support down that right-hand side. What we're going to do is we're going to drop to a normal line. We're going to stop preventing goalkeeper distribution. We're going to stop looking for the overlap. And that's kind of it, actually. Just go on to counter flexible and see what happens from that. Actually, Van der Sluis will just change you back to a full back on support. Just hopefully tighten us up a bit more defensively. I don't know if that will work on a previous game. I say previous game, previous video, but obviously a previous time I played this as well. This save when I just gave up defending because I realised we weren't very good at defending. We seem to do a lot better focusing on attack. Sometimes I do wonder if I should just go all out. We sort of did that last game. I know we were down to 10 and it was desperate times. The other team weren't that good. But it might be worth just concentrating on one or the other. I've never really been able to set up a team to properly defend and defend well. Nothing's happening. Not sure if I should change anything. In fact, I cut that. I changed nothing. I'm too scared. I'm too scared to change anything. We're doing quite well. I might drop into counter and defensive, not counter, contain and defensive in a second. But I don't want to touch it. Oh, I should have touched it. Kamachi with a corner, please be the second. Bolage on the edge. Van Pol, backboarder there, and backboard puts it in. It's 2-0. Top left for backboard. He's, for a big lad, he gets up there and he gets involved with his feet. He's got great feet for a big lad. And continues to impress, actually. There he is. It looks like he just twizzles and puts it in with his left foot. I mean, either that or the outside of his right foot. I'm changing nothing. I don't want to bring anyone on and risk upsetting the rhythm. And there it is, full time. We win 2-0 away from home against AS. I know it's a very tight league. It looks like pretty much anyone can beat anyone, but that's such an important result. It puts us into 11th in line with real life FC Oss. We're still 8 points behind 4th. But as it stands, you're looking at, I mean, we're only a few points behind a potential playoff place here. And I'm getting excited. Okay, so we are 11th. I'd say it's a pretty good episode. I know this doesn't look overly remarkable. We've only lost twice in the last 8. We've lost twice in 10 games. We also have just won twice in 10 games. But I think overall that's pretty good. We're proving relatively difficult to beat. I was going to say we're not conceding many. That's a lie. But next up, for me, is Almere City. That is quite a big game, actually, because they're quite high up. And Young Ajax are quite high. Loads of these teams are quite high up now. So I will see you for Fortuna and Helmond. Let's see where they are now. I'm still not expecting we're actually going to get into the playoffs because Almere is big and that's the next game. But Fortuna 12th, Helmond 14th. I might bring you that game because it looks like that might be quite relevant to where we stand. After that, I'll probably go for an end of season triple. Graafschap, MVV and Eindhoven. Graafschap top. MVV down there, and Eindhoven mid of the pack. I think that'll do. So yeah, so next episode will be the Fortuna and Helmond, and then the final episode I will bring you for this season will be Graafschap, MVV and Eindhoven. I might bring you a bit more next season. I know it's been pretty quick in terms of episodes. This is number 4, so we'll be done in 6 episodes. But considering we started with a full team of players I've got no idea about, there's probably been a lot of movement in the summer. I think the second season is really where things are going to kick off. So I'll probably bring you a bit more coverage there. Probably split things out into shorter episodes, but more of them as well. But that's where I'll leave you. 2 wins, 2 losses in 10 games and 6 draws. Hopefully we can carry on an unbeaten streak now. If we went unbeaten the rest of the season, even with draws, I'd be really happy. But this has been Ed for TedRedwood Gaming. I am TedRedwood Gaming, so that's why it's been Ed. If you've liked this, please smash a like, comment below. Any feedback, always welcome, always looking for it, looking to improve whatever I can, whatever way I can. My little camera in the corner, I've made a bit smaller now, so that should be helpful. If you want to see more, subscribe. So played Sonic, playing FM, there's going to be plenty more soon. So I'll see you again shortly in another video. Cheers.